Summerslam, first night done on the first 2 night Summerslam, obviously. Okay, first of all, I love this review. In the end, we'll get to basically how annoyed I get at people, obviously thinking they can predict everything, but we'll get to that. So the first match we had Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker. Jey Uso obviously comes down through the crowd, does his whole "I'm gonna yeet everywhere." It's great. Okay, then obviously Roman comes out, Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker come out with Paul Heyman, the usual good stuff. Match obviously starts out, but during the beginning of the match, Jey Uso's like, okay, I want to start yeeting again. His music hits, right? Then Roman Reigns gets pulled out of the ring. Jey Uso decides to hit all three of them. Mostly hits Roman Reigns, so I was like, good shout. Then obviously you got Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker obviously taking on Jey Uso pretty much on his own after Bron Breakker decided to run around the ring and just torpedo himself at Roman Reigns. You had Bron Breakker in the middle of the ring singing Roman Reigns. I'm not going to sing. It was just great. And obviously, Jey finally makes the tag. Roman does these Romaning things. There's a point in the match which I absolutely loved though, where Roman dived over the top rope, pretty much completely missed both of them. That was great. Roman pushes Jey out the way, managed to hit a spear through the barricade on Bronson Reed. Fantastic. You've got, on Bron Breakker, my mistake. Then, obviously, you had Jey Uso and Bronson Reed in the ring. Too many Brons, it gets very confusing. Right. You got Paul Heyman saying to finish it, and you've got Bronson Reed going, "Tsunami." Okay. Jumps up, okay, gets Superman punched from Roman Reigns, like the world's slowest, down, yeah. Okay. But at the end of the match, though, you had Bron Breakker going for a spear, Roman Reigns moving Jey out the way, basically saving him. Okay, getting hit with a spear, fantastic selling on Roman's behalf. Okay. He gets taken out with a super kick, I believe. Now this one's actually like a powerful super kick. And then you had Jey Uso hitting a crossbody spear onto Bronson Reed and then the splash. Fantastic. Okay, so obviously they picked up the win that way. So Jey obviously got the win, which is great to see Jey Uso actually having the win. Main event, Jey Uso with the first match. But you also had Roman as an opener as well. So which is obviously nice to see. A great match to start with. You had Jey Uso obviously putting the Ula Fala, I think it's called, back onto Roman. Obviously Roman raising Jey's hand. It was nice to see. He still hasn't apologised yet, but we're getting there. So the next part of the video, I can only use her last name because I have one of those devices. So, Charlotte Flair and Bliss versus the Judgment Day, which is Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez. So obviously, the Judgment Day were the Women's Tag Team Champions. Just a normal match from what you expect. It's just great. There's a part in the match though where Alexa Bliss accidentally hit Charlotte Flair. So obviously we thought, oh, what's going on here? What's going on? Okay. Then, when later on, basically the end of the match, you've got Alexa Bliss going to go for the Sister Abigail on Roxanne Perez. Charlotte Flair gets into the ring. We're like, oh, what's she going to do? What's she going to do? And she hits Raquel Rodriguez with a big boot, which allowed Alexa Bliss to hit the Sister Abigail on Roxanne Perez and get the 1, 2, 3. So we have new Women's Tag Team Champions. Maybe, okay, right, this will elevate the titles. Probably not, because you didn't even have that many champions. Okay. But I would love to see, though, is from NXT, Sol Ruca and Zarya versus Charlotte Flair and Bliss. Not a bad match. Nothing like fantastic. I wouldn't put like match of the year contender. Some people might, but I'm not gonna. So yeah, definitely worth watching. Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross with Scarlett. Okay, this match is pretty much what I didn't want it to be. If that makes sense. So we had the normal back and forth. Obviously, Sami doing all of his good Sami things, like doing a backflip off the barrier onto Kross. Kross getting like saying on the ropes and saying things like "just admit it." Scarlett basically saying "just admit it." Karrion Kross gets a pipe in the ring, pass from Scarlett, who distracts the referee. Kross misses with it. Zayn goes to get the pipe. Obviously, they're all like, "Use it, use it," and obviously he throws it down. It bounces. He's like, "No, I'm not using it." Okay. Kross goes to attack him. He hits the Exploder, is it called, where he was like suplex into the corner. It looked pretty nasty to be honest, but yeah, it worked out alright. Okay, the Helluva Kick, 1, 2, 3. So what's bad for me though there is this it for Kross? Like, he's had his PLE moments, but where do you fit him in now though? Because like Zayn's like, "We're done," and he's like, "Yeah, okay," but like now what though? What was the point in all this? Was it just to get Karrion Kross in a PLE? Zayn's still babyface. Kross got no further. I don't see where he goes from here. If you've got any ideas, please let me know. Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill for the Women's Championship. I didn't like this match. Okay, I don't care if some people are like, oh, it's good, it's better than this, better than that. I just didn't enjoy it. Like, it just didn't feel like it flowed correctly. And yeah, Tiffany Stratton winning is probably a better choice because I don't feel like Jade's ready. Sounds horrible to say. The best part of the match was I think Jade is going to go for a Jaded from the ropes. I'll say the second rope, yeah. Okay, that got counted. She got flipped straight over. But yeah, we had a prettiest moonsault ever counted by Jade getting her feet up. But then like she hit, I think it was a Jaded, and then basically completely rolled herself all the way off her. So Tiffany can get the ropes. Just looks stupid. But in the end, though, Tiffany won with a PMA, prettiest moonsault ever, and just picked up the win. It wasn't like this is the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I personally just didn't like it. If you liked it, fantastic. Paul and Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton and Jelly Roll. You can tell Jelly Roll's obviously like a celebrity. He did his best, bless him. But what do you expect? Obviously, Jelly Roll saying he wants to take on Drew McIntyre. Bad idea. You know, taking on Logan Paul. He gets the best part of the match though for me was Logan Paul hitting was like a frog splash, I assume, or a splash. Okay, through the table line, Jelly Roll. Fair play to him for taking that bump. I mean, like everyone says, like, what about Logan Paul? Nah, just Jelly Roll. Fair play to him. Okay. Gets helped out the back, obviously. Randy Orton's pretty much in a handicap match now. He comes back out. Randy hits the tag. Jelly Roll obviously does, you know, some Jelly Roll things, like, you know, a few punches and that. Hits Drew McIntyre with the same move he hit Logan Paul with on SmackDown. Like, I think it's like a boss man slam, I think they said, where he picks him up, spins him round. Sort of like a spinning rock bottom side slam thing. And then he gets a couple of clotheslines. Well, I say clotheslines. Like some clotheslines from heaven onto Logan Paul and goes for the choke slam. I was like, yep, if you don't know wrestling scripted, that might give it away there. It's a choke slam. But in the end, though, Logan Paul pins Jelly Roll after hitting another splash, well, another frog splash. But for a celebrity match, it wasn't terrible, okay? But I'm kind of glad that, you know, Drew actually didn't lose. Could you imagine if Jelly Roll pinned Drew McIntyre? Wow. Yeah. Then we have the main event. Gunther defending the World Heavyweight Championship against CM Punk. I absolutely loved this match. I thought it was brilliant. Okay, the back and forth. I want to watch it again, which I'm probably going to do soon. Okay, between Gunther and Punk, brilliant. Okay, the part where Gunther gets busted open, back into the ring. Okay, CM Punk's going to basically be like a shark in water when he smells blood. And I was like, hang on a minute, he's telling him to stop. Is he saying stop because he actually needs like a minute to clear himself? Like, I'm assuming Gunther obviously bladed because he rolled into the announce table, but I don't know. Anyway, so some great moves. Obviously, CM Punk was in the sleeper. I was like, ooh, is this it? No, not good. Okay, CM Punk hitting his elbow. Great. He never wins with that move. I don't even know why he tries it. Probably just to wear his opponent out. Well, in the end, okay, he gets up. A GTS. Gunther standing there, basically like, you know, days, wobbling back, about to fall over. Another GTS. 1, 2, 3. CM Punk, okay, is the new World Heavyweight Champion for the first time, I believe, in like, is it 12 years? I mean, please correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure it is. Last time I think he won it was the Royal Rumble 2013. Well, the last time he lost it, I should say. Obviously, after his 434-day reign. So, right, this is the point now, okay, where wrestling fans can get really annoying. So, he's there celebrating, right? Obviously, picks his title up above his head. Okay, and then you hear Seth Rollins' music hit. The amount of people I've seen online, okay, saying, oh, it's so predictable. In my prediction video, okay, I predicted that Gunther was just going to win and nothing else. But I also thought, what if what if Seth cashes in and he's not injured? What if Seth cashes in from the help of Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker? What if Bron Breakker cashes in on behalf of Seth Rollins? I thought of so many different scenarios. It doesn't mean I was correct. Just because you think of every scenario possible, it doesn't mean I'm right at all. Okay, I literally thought Gunther was just going to win. So when Seth came out, I was like, okay, right, he's going to cash in, yeah, but he's going to get help off Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker. My other prediction was right. Yeah. Then he starts walking back, and I was just like, okay, we're going to see like a nice surprise when he's healed, when he's better. Maybe after a brutal match that CM Punk's going to go through. Then he stops. At the point, I was like, oh yeah, yeah. Crutches come down, hit CM Punk with the briefcase, a stomp, and then you use your new World Heavyweight Champion because Seth Rollins cashed in on CM Punk. He did say, though, as long as there was like breath in his lungs, blood in his heart or something, that he wouldn't let CM Punk be the World Heavyweight Champion. Well, you're a bit late, mate, because he did win it, and, you know, should have been a bit earlier, but I understand what you did, though. But another brilliant cash-in from Seth Rollins. He didn't need the help of the bronze, which is also great as well. What I loved, though, was CM Punk sitting there with his legs crossed in the ring, just like CM Punk. Paul Heyman did the same. He had Bron Breakker coming down. He did the kneeling version of what CM Punk does. And then Bronson Reed was like, no, just stand here. I don't get what Bronson Reed's even doing. It's like, he just doesn't do it for me in this action at the minute. Like, why did he even steal Roman's shoes? I don't get it. I'm pretty sure you can afford your own pair, mate. You might be like the lowest paid member of the actual group. But then again, you've got obviously Bron Breakker saying that he's basically the leader now. I think he said that in the match, but I don't see that where that goes. But eventually we're going to see Seth Rollins and Bron Breakker and all them break up anyway. So, Bron Breakker up. The point. Anyway, absolutely loved this night. I cannot wait for night 2, which is going to be fantastic. My video probably will be a little bit later because I'll have work. Yeah, obviously. I'm not these people who moan about getting videos out, who have editors. It's great. So do it all myself. It's wonderful. Let me know what you thought of this. Let me know what you thought of my opinion. Anyway, please like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.